Welcome to Great Hymns of the Faith. My name is John Fraser. I'm your host. Glad that you were able to join us, folks. And we are going to begin our program today with a great hymn of faith by none other than Isaac Watts. The music is arranged by Ralph Vaughan Williams. Enjoy the hymn, I Sing the Mighty Power of God.
I sing the mighty power of God that made the mountains rise, that spread the flowing seas abroad and built the lofty skies. I sing the wisdom that ordained the sun to rule the day. The moon shines full at his command, and all the stars obey. I sing the goodness of the Lord that filled the earth with food. He formed the creatures with a word and then pronounced them good. Lord, how thy wonders are displayed where'er I turn my eyes. If I survey the ground I tread or gaze upon the skies, there's not a plant or flower below but makes thy glories known. And clouds arise and tempests blow by order from thy throne, while all that borrows life from thee is ever in thy care. And everywhere that we can be, thou God art present there.
Well, in our next hymn, the music is also composed by Ralph Vaughan Williams. However, the words of our hymn are by none other than Francis of Assisi. We're going way back to the year 1225. Listen to this verse from the Psalms. Praise ye him, sun and moon, praise him, all ye stars of light. Praise him, ye heavens of heavens, and ye waters that be above the heavens. That's Psalm 148, verse 3. And of course, the hymn by Francis of Assisi is none other than All Creatures of Our God and King.
All creatures of our God and King, lift up your voice and with us sing. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Thou burning sun with golden beam, thou silver moon with softer gleam. Oh, praise him, oh, praise him. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Our rushing wind that art so strong, ye clouds that sail in heaven along. Oh, praise him, hallelujah. Thou rising morn in praise rejoice. Ye lights of evening find a voice. Oh, praise him, oh, praise him. Hallelujah,
There's an interesting little story behind the author of our next hymn. The words of the hymn are by James W. Johnson. The year was 1900. Now, Johnson had been asked to speak at a celebration of the birthday of American President Abraham Lincoln at the Stanton School in Jacksonville, Florida, which was Johnson's birthplace. Instead of crafting a speech, though, Johnson wrote words, a special poem, which was later turned into a special hymn. And he gave the words to his brother John, who set them to music. The poem was published in the Daily American, and hundreds of copies were printed for students to sing during the celebration. Any idea what the hymn might be? Well, let me share with you a verse from Exodus 2:23. That may help. It says, "They cried, and their cry came up unto God by reason of the bondage. Lift every voice and sing."
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun, let us march on till victory is won. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, thou who hast by thy might led us into the light. Keep us forever in the path we pray. Lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met thee. Lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget thee. Shadowed beneath thy hand, may we forever stand, true to our God, true to our native land.
The author of our next hymn is Daniel W. Whittle. The music is by James McCranahan. The hymn is called "I Know Whom I Have Believed." Listen to these words that the Apostle Paul sent to young Timothy. "I know whom I have believed, and am convinced that he is able to guard what I have entrusted to him for that day." 2 Timothy 1, verse 12. Enjoy the hymn.
I know in my heart. But I know I have believed and am persuaded that He is able to keep that which I've committed unto Him against that day. I know not when my Lord may come at night or noonday fair, nor if I walk the vale with Him or meet Him in the air. But I know I have believed and am persuaded that He is able to keep that which I've committed unto Him against that day.
William R. Featherston in 1864 penned the words to the hymn, My Jesus, I Love Thee. At that time, he was 16 years old. Can you imagine? A teenager. He composed the words to the beautiful hymn, My Jesus, I Love Thee. Perhaps it was based on 1 John 4:19. We love him because he first loved us.
My Jesus, I love Thee. I know Thou art mine. For Thee all the follies of sin I resign. My gracious Redeemer, my Savior art Thou. If ever I love Thee, my Jesus, 'tis now. I love Thee because Thou hast first loved me, and purchased my pardon on Calvary's tree. I love Thee for wearing the thorns on my brow. If ever I love Thee, my Jesus, 'tis now. In mansions of glory and endless delight, I'll ever adore Thee in heaven so bright, and singing Thy praises before Thee I'll bow. If ever I love Thee, my Jesus, 'tis now.
The words of the hymn, Eternal Father, Strong to Save, often referred to, by the way, as a Navy hymn. Well, the words were composed by William Whiting. The year was 1860. The music was by John B. Dykes. And John Dykes gave the name Melita to the music. Why did he give the name Melita to the music? Well, Melita was the island the Apostle Paul reached after his ship went down. It's mentioned in Acts 28, verse 1. Today we know it as the Isle of Malta. Enjoy the hymn.
Eternal Father, strong to save, whose all hath bound to restless wave, who beats the mighty ocean deep its own appointed
author of the hymn Rescue the Perishing is none other than Fanny Crosby. She wrote thousands of hymns. The one that we're going to feature now, she composed in the year 1869. I hope that you enjoy it.
Rescue the perishing, care for the dying, snatch them in pity from sin and the grave. Weep o'er the erring one, lift up the fallen, tell them of Jesus the mighty to save. Rescue the perishing, care for the dying, Jesus is merciful, Jesus will save. Though they are sliding him, still he is waiting, waiting the penitent child to receive. Plead with them earnestly, plead with them gently, he will forgive if they only believe. Rescue the perishing, care for the dying, Jesus is merciful, Jesus will save. Down in the human heart, crushed by the tempter, feelings lie buried that grace can restore. Touched by a loving heart, wakened by kindness, chords that are broken will vibrate once more. Rescue the perishing, care for the dying, Jesus is merciful, Jesus will save. Rescue the perishing, duty demands it, strength for your labor the Lord will provide. Back to the narrow way, patiently win them, till the poor wanderer a Savior has died. Rescue the perishing, care for the dying, Jesus is merciful, Jesus will save. Rescue the perishing, care for the dying, Jesus is merciful, Jesus will save.
Elisha Hoffman was an ordained minister. He is known to have composed a number of hymns, probably close to 2,000. Now, with regard to one hymn, the hymn that I want to share with you now, he tells this story. He says, there was a woman to whom God had permitted many visitations, sorrow, and affliction. Coming to her home one day, I found her much discouraged. She unburdened her heart, concluding with the question, Brother Hoffman, what shall I do? I quoted from the word, and then I added, you cannot do better than to take all your sorrows to Jesus. You must tell Jesus. For a moment, she seemed lost in meditation. Then her eyes lighted as she exclaimed, yes, I must tell Jesus. As I left her home, I had a vision of that joy-illuminated face, and I heard all along my pathway the echo, I must tell Jesus, I must tell Jesus. The hymn is entitled, I Must Tell Jesus.
I must tell Jesus all of my trials. I cannot bear these burdens alone. In my distress, He kindly will help me. He ever loves and cares for His own. I must tell Jesus tell Jesus. Jesus can help me, Jesus alone. I must tell Jesus all of my troubles. He is a kind, compassionate friend. If I but ask him, he will deliver. Make of my troubles quickly an end. I must tell Jesus, I must tell Jesus, I cannot bear my burdens alone. I must tell Jesus, I must tell Jesus, Jesus can help me, Jesus alone. Tempted and tried, I need a great Savior, one who can help my burdens to bear. I must tell Jesus, I must tell Jesus, He all my cares and sorrows will share. I must tell Jesus, I must tell Jesus, I cannot bear my burdens alone. I must tell Jesus, I must tell Jesus, Jesus can help me, Jesus alone.
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have for today, folks. Trust that you enjoyed the hymns, and hopefully, the good Lord willing, that you will be able to join us again next week for more of Great Hymns of the Faith. Until then, may God bless all of his children.